Welcome back everybody to the channel. Today we have another very special vehicle. This is the 2023 Nissan Z or Z. I'm going to try to say both during the video to try to please everybody, but this is such a cool and fast car. You're not going to want to miss it. Let's get right into it. So before I take you around a tour of the exterior and give you the interior stuff and the POV drive, let's take a look at the specs. Let's see what's under the hood. Under the hood, we're running a 3-liter V6 twin turbocharged engine that gives us 400 horsepower, 350 pound-feet of torque. And the best part is it's rear-wheel drive only and a 6-speed manual transmission. So with that being said, let's start with the exterior tour. Okay, so let's do the exterior tour next. We have up first the front end of the Nissan Z. A lot of people say they don't like it, but I am very firm on the fact that I absolutely love the front end, absolutely love the redesign as a whole. I love the daytime running LEDs that we have right here. I love the front grille. I love the Nissan logo. The front hood looks fantastic. There's a little bit of a dent. I don't know if it's picking it up on the camera, but it does look very nice. Good shot of the tires. We have front parking sensors here as well, which is very great. Now if we move quickly onto the side profile, you can see just how good the color looks here in the sun, as well with that black roof. Looks fantastic. Little Nissan Z logo in the back there with the red Nissan brakes. We got 4 piston brakes in here too, which I love. Then I'll get a little bit closer for you to show you the Z logo right there. My shadow is going to get in the way, but that's okay. And then we have these door handles here that I can just slide my hand in, and also a one-touch lock and unlocking button right there, which I love. And then you can kind of see the interior, but we'll take a look at that in just a little bit. We'll move on quickly to the back now of the Nissan Z, where nobody complains about this one because everybody just loves it. And I am also one of those people that love it as well. You can see if I get close to these tail lights, they look really, really cool. They almost look 3D. You're gonna see that come out a lot at nighttime. We also have the Z logo right there. Some dual exhaust right there. Rear diffuser looks great too. Love that as well. And a good sound out of it. Also, another thing you can see back here is this absolutely massive gas cap. Not sure why it's so big, but it's just huge. But it kind of looks cool. I don't know why I think it looks cool. Anyways, it's cool. We're gonna leave it at that. We'll open the trunk, last but not least. Little button under the Nissan logo, then this guy pops up. And you have surprisingly a lot of room in here. It's kind of got like a hatchbackiness to it. There's no rear seat, so it's all trunk space. There's nothing underneath the floor other than a tire kit and the Bose sound system subwoofer, which is great though. This kind of holds itself open, very nice. I really like the look as well. When you kind of go back a little bit, you can kind of see, this just looks cool. I don't know what about it looks cool to me, but I like this look when the trunk's open. It looks awesome. So let's take a look at the interior. You can already see it's a little bit blue, so you're not gonna wanna miss that. Let's throw it over to the interior. All right, so first up, and honestly the only thing that's up, is the interior tour, because we don't have a back seat, so I can't even show you the back seat this week, but I can show you the front seat. So we start off here with this nice blue trim. It's a very, very comfortable material, really nice. Vents in the door here, nice blue seats. This is the best configuration interior wise that I think the Nissan Z comes in. It is just so nice to look at, so nice to experience. The door closes very nicely too. Got the window down, no problem. And then, you know, you're just greeted by this sports mode kind of screen, but I can change it. I can go into, you know, normal mode. I could also have an enhanced mode. I like the speed of the screen too, which is cool. Like it doesn't take forever to get to what you want. You know, this mode is kind of like really basic, but you can have different stuff here like tire pressure, your music, your driver assistance stuff. All that cool stuff is right here, but I like the sport mode the most because it puts the tach right there, the neutral symbols there too, and like you have just a whole bunch of info, which is, I like this steering wheel as well. Can't go wrong with this Z logo right in the middle. Steering wheel feels comfortable. It's really connected to the car. I'll tell you more about that when we actually take it for a drive. Left hand side, I have some traction control off, which I am not going to do because that's damn scary. Then we have some nice meters here for the voltage, turbo speed, and your boost. All really, really nice to look at while you're driving. Very cool to have. And then a little bit lower than that, we have the infotainment display. It's laggy, it's Nissan. I really don't know what you were expecting. You know, the Z is no different. It is unfortunately still a Nissan infotainment that does need a little bit of work. The camera looks like it's from 1920. That's kind of what we're dealing with, but the good news is that you are not going to care about any of it. Like, as long as it has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, which it does, you don't care about it because you're not really going to use any of this, or at least I don't. So I personally do not care. A little bit lower than that too, we have the temperature controls. Obviously, it's not dual zone automatic because you don't even need that in here. You just need the basic stuff. The other thing I find weird, though, is that you have 3 different temperature controls. You have 18, 25, and 32. And then whatever temperature it's at in between, you're left to guess because there's nothing that's going to tell you. I can move this knob as much as I want, and I have no idea exactly what number I'm at, other than when I go to 25 or 18 or 32. It's just weird. I don't hate it. It's just weird. And then, of course, we do have the manual transmission. Very good. You know, it's a very short throw. I like the feel of this. I know a lot of people say that they didn't like it, but I am a fan of this transmission. It's very nice. We have the S mode, which is your automatic rev matching on downshift, which is cool. Manual handbrake, which I love to see as well. Little trunk button here, as well as some buttons for our heated seats. You only have high and low, but I like the switch. It's really retro, really cool. Then we have one cup holder and another cup holder that's hidden right in there. And then, of course, in the back, there's not much because it's a 2-seater, and that's what makes it really cool. So there you go. That's going to do it for the interior tour for the Nissan Z. Let's take it on the road. Let's get going. Okay, here we are. 2023 Nissan Z on the road, POV stuff. Hopefully you can see well, because this has been one of the most fun weeks. And it's like, you know, the summer's ending. We're right near October now. Last week of September. The fall's coming down. It's almost perfect condition for a car like this. Like, you know, the sun's out. It's not too hot, not too cold. We're like perfect. We're just perfect in our setup here. And, you know, because you don't want to drive this car in the winter. That's first and foremost. But it is just an absolute blast to drive. This car is such a unit of an engine. Like, I'm trying to take it slow here so I could show you just a little bit of the performance. So there's no sport mode, no eco mode, no nothing. It's basically however fast you want to drive. And especially with this manual transmission, if you can shift it, you can drive it. So there you go. So let's take it for a little bit of a rip here. Let's go. Oh my God, that's so fast. It's like the boost, once it builds, I barely have to go like full throttle to do anything. And you saw my shift lights. It doesn't like bounce off the red line. It kind of like almost cuts your power right at red line. But oh my God, it's just so much fun. Like open road like this, you know, and if you want to push a little bit, even in 4th gear, it just picks up speed with ease. It's just ridiculous how fast this engine can go. What a perfectly tuned engine. The sound inside the cabin is great. I don't know how good it is outside, but inside it just makes you feel so powerful. It's so awesome. Like, the only other manual transmission that I've driven this year has been the Golf GTI, and that transmission was not my friend. It was not helping me at all. You know, I don't drive manuals very often. I don't drive them in traffic. It's not fun here. 90% of the time there is traffic here in Montreal, so it's just like, it's not great here. But this manual transmission has made it easier. I do think it kind of helps you out a little bit. I've heard people say that it's not forgiving, but honestly it can be. Obviously, like, maybe if you miss a shift or whatever, it's obviously not forgiving, but what manual car really is. I feel like if this is your first one or your second one, like mine kind of, then you're in the right spot, especially with the performance version where we're getting limited slip differential. We're getting the synchro rev match, which is a huge plus to performance. A little bit of a bigger infotainment screen as well, which is not bad. Like, the performance is the way to go, I think, if you're learning, and if you have the budget, it's just way better. But I don't think I would take this thing in an automatic. I do think that the fun of it comes from it being a manual transmission. Like, you know, fuel economy in this case doesn't even matter, but I'll tell you anyways. It was like 11.9 per 100 kilometers, which for a car this small probably isn't that great, but I've not been taking it easy. I mean, I've just been having fun, and that's what this car is made to do. Have fun in roads like this. You know, obviously the road noise is probably really loud in here, so hopefully my mic is doing a good job at picking things up, because the road noise is blaring, but also that means I can hear the engine really well as well. So, you know, it's hard to complain about that too. You kind of can't have both, right? Get a little downshift in there. Synchro rev matching, don't even have to worry about it. We love that as well. Now, I think, you know, it's very hard to drive this car slow. Even when I feel like I'm doing the speed limit, I am absolutely not. It's like a big problem, you know, a good problem to have, but also like it's hard to just chill with the car. It's like, it's so fast, and all it wants to do is just go, 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 go. Also, turning off traction control would be scary, because even with traction control fully on all the time, all week, the back end still wants to come out on turns, on upshifts sometimes. If you're really hammering the throttle down, the back end just wants to slide out, which is why I say, like, in the winter, I don't know if I would be able to actually control this car properly, because you know, you just can't drive that fast in the winter, and it's just difficult. So, you know, the sound of the V6 just doesn't get old. The feel of the clutch pedal is so there. The handling is good. It feels like I'm driving like a little go-kart that has 400 horsepower. I can just absolutely see, you know, people ripping this thing around on track days. The rims are very nice ride quality too. Surprisingly nice ride quality as well. Like, you wouldn't expect it. You would expect to feel every single bump, but it does do a good job at like giving you some type of like ride quality, if that makes sense. Like, it's actually not as bad as you'd expect, which is really nice. Woo-hoo-hoo. Whee! It's just like, that never ever gets old. But yeah, that, you know, the funnest part of this car is to drive it, and like I said in the beginning, the best news is that it always comes with this engine, so you'll always get to have that nice pickup in any trim you choose to go with, which is awesome. Great idea, Nissan. So unfortunately with that, I think I'm going to have to go ahead and leave things right there. I don't want to, because that means we're done with the Nissan Z, and I'm going to have to drop it off a little bit later, and I don't want to do that. I absolutely don't want to do that, because it's such a nice day. So I'm going to spend the rest of the day just driving around town, you know, going the speed limit sometimes, maybe. Guilty, not guilty. You know, we're going to do some of that. But final thoughts are, really great car. If you have the budget, do get the performance model. Get it in manual. Even if you don't drive manual, it's so much more fun, and a great car to learn on. Honestly, I do find it very forgiving. I think you could definitely learn a little bit quicker on this car. The downshift, you know, the synchro rev match downshift kind of saves your life at first, and then you can kind of take your time at learning, but you can also drive it without knowing how to do it, which is really, really great, and that's a huge plus. The infotainment is laggy on the laggy side, but kind of what we'd expect from Nissan. Backup camera is not great. Again, what we'd expect from Nissan, but you don't really care about any of that, because the seats are comfortable. Everything else is really good to go. So, and the driving is what matters the most, right? I think to 90% of people who are going to buy this car, it's the driving. It's the 400 horsepower. It's the V6 twin turbo, and that is there across the board, and you cannot complain about that. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that there for this week for the Nissan Z, unfortunately, but stay tuned for more stuff. If I can get the Nismo, unfortunately it is only automatic, but if I can get it, you let me know if you want to see it, and I will definitely try my best to get that going for you guys. So that being said, take care. I'll see you in the next week. See you in the next vehicle. Bye-bye.